Hold on to your baguettes, folks, because the world of tech has gotten itself into a French twist. Pavel Durov, the elusive mastermind behind the encrypted messaging app Telegram, found himself in Parisian handcuffs recently. This wasn't some romantic getaway gone wrong. Durov was slapped with some serious accusations. The arrest sent shockwaves through the internet, with many folks screaming "foul," louder than a mime who just discovered they love speaking. French President Emmanuel Macron, never one to shy away from a good controversy, stepped into the spotlight. With the assuredness of a man who knows his way around a croissant, Macron declared that this was no political witch hunt. Nope, according to Macron, this was purely a matter for the courts, a judicial éclair, if you will, but not everyone was buying it. Telegram, known for its strong encryption and privacy features, has always been a double-edged sword. While it provides a safe space for private communication, it has also been criticized for being a haven for illicit activities. Legal experts are now debating whether Durov's arrest is a justified move to curb illegal activities or an overreach of power. The international community is watching closely, with opinions divided across the globe. In cafes and online forums, the debate rages on. Protests have erupted with supporters of Durov demanding his release, and critics calling for stricter regulations on encrypted apps. The French legal system now faces the challenge of balancing privacy rights with national security concerns. This case could set a precedent for how encrypted communication is handled in the future. As Durov and his legal team prepare for the battle ahead, the world watches with bated breath. One thing is certain. The outcome of this case will have far-reaching implications for tech and privacy worldwide. So, stay tuned, because this French courtroom drama is just getting started. Macron, with his usual blend of charm and carefully chosen words, insisted that Durov's arrest was about as political as a baguette. He stood firm, emphasizing that the legal system was simply doing its job and that there was no hidden agenda or political maneuvering behind the scenes. Macron's words were meant to reassure the public and the international community that France remains a country where the rule of law prevails over political games. Just a regular legal process, he claimed, completely unrelated to Telegram's reputation as the go-to app for anyone who likes their messages with a side of secrecy. The French president was adamant that the arrest was purely a matter of legal procedure, devoid of any ulterior motives. He wanted to make it clear that the judiciary operates independently and that the arrest was not influenced by any external pressures or political interests. But let's be honest, folks, this is like saying that snails are just slow-moving escargot. The comparison might be amusing, but it highlights the skepticism surrounding the official narrative. People are questioning whether there is more to the story than meets the eye. The slow pace of the legal proceedings and the timing of the arrest have raised eyebrows, leading to speculation about the true motives behind the actions taken against Durov. Telegram, with its end-to-end encryption and will never give up your data stance, has always been a thorn in the side of governments who like a bit of access to your digital life. The app's commitment to privacy and security has made it a favorite among users who value their digital freedom. However, this same commitment has also made it a target for authorities who are keen on monitoring communications for security reasons. The tension between privacy advocates and government agencies continues to be a contentious issue. So, when Durov got nabbed, the skepticism detectors went off faster than you can say liberté, égalité, confidentialité. The arrest sparked a wave of protests and debates about privacy, freedom, and the extent of government surveillance. People took to the streets, holding signs and chanting slogans demanding transparency and accountability. The incident has reignited discussions about the balance between national security and individual privacy, a debate that shows no signs of slowing down anytime soon. So, what exactly landed Durov in this Parisian pickle? Let's dive into the details and unravel the mystery behind these serious allegations. We're talking some heavy stuff here. Allegations of child pornography, drug dealing, and money laundering. These are not just minor infractions, these are serious crimes that carry severe penalties. The money laundering accusations alone are on a scale that would make even the shadiest offshore banker blush. Imagine millions of dollars being funneled through complex networks to hide their origins. Basically, the kind of charges that make you want to delete your browser history and move to a remote island with no Wi-Fi. It's the stuff of nightmares for anyone involved in such activities. Now, it's important to remember that these are just accusations at this point. Durov hasn't been convicted of anything yet, and everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Durov himself hasn't confessed to anything, and the case is still under investigation. The authorities are digging deep, looking for concrete evidence to support these claims, but the French authorities seem pretty convinced they've got their man. They're known for their thorough investigations and relentless pursuit of justice, and they're not known for their lenient justice system. If found guilty, Durov could be facing some serious jail time. The stakes are incredibly high, and the world is watching closely to see how this unfolds. The media frenzy surrounding this case is intense, with every new development being scrutinized and analyzed. It's a high-profile case that has captured the attention of people worldwide. Public opinion is divided, with some people believing in Durov's innocence and others convinced of his guilt. The court of public opinion can be just as influential as the legal one. Durov's supporters are rallying behind him, using social media to voice their support and spread their message. Hashtags and online campaigns are in full swing, adding another layer of complexity to the case. As the investigation continues, all eyes remain on Paris. The outcome of this case could have far-reaching implications, not just for Durov, but for the tech industry and legal systems worldwide. Durov's arrest sent a shiver down the spines of free speech advocates worldwide. It was like watching someone try to put a muzzle on the internet, and nobody likes a censored meme. Prominent figures, from tech titans to privacy activists, came out swinging in defense of Durov and the right to digital privacy. They argued that this was less about fighting crime and more about controlling information. After all, Telegram is a haven for journalists, activists, and anyone else who values their privacy in an increasingly surveilled world. Was this just a way to silence dissent and make sure everyone stays in line? Section 5, France's balancing act, liberty versus law. Now, France isn't exactly known for being anti-free speech. They practically invented the concept of liberté, but like a perfectly aged cheese, even the French have their limits. They argue that freedom of expression doesn't mean a free pass to break the law. It's a delicate balancing act, really. On one hand, you have the fundamental right to speak your mind, share information, and live a private digital life. On the other hand, you have the need to protect people from harm, fight crime, and prevent the internet from becoming a lawless wasteland. Section 6. Telegram's defense, privacy first. Telegram, never one to back down from a fight, came out swinging. They insisted that they comply with all laws and regulations, except, the ones that require them to compromise their users' privacy. They argued that their encryption technology is essential for protecting freedom of speech and that they'll fight tooth and nail against any attempts to weaken it. It's a classic David versus Goliath story, with Telegram playing the role of the scrappy underdog taking on the might of the French government. Section 7, meet Durov, tech rebel with a cause. To understand this whole saga, you need to understand the man at the center of it all, Pavel Durov. This isn't your average tech bro, more interested in disrupting nap time than actual government. See, Durov has a history of standing up to authority. Back in Russia, he founded VKontakte, a social media platform so popular it made Facebook look like a high school reunion. But when the Russian government came knocking, demanding user data and censorship, Durov told them where they could stick their borscht. He left Russia, and eventually Telegram was born. Section 8. The future of free speech online. So, what does this all mean for the future of free speech online? Well, it's a bit like trying to predict the next viral cat video, messy, unpredictable, and potentially involving a lot of yelling. One thing's for sure, this case has put a spotlight on the growing tension between governments who want to control the internet and individuals who just want to use it without being spied on. It's a battle for the soul of the digital world. And the stakes couldn't be higher. Buckle up, folks, it's going to be a bumpy ride.